What's up everyone, and welcome back to today's episode, and we're going to get super topical about the unfortunate collapse of Porter Davis. Now for most of you, if you don't know, Porter Davis is one of the biggest builders here in Australia, specifically with the majority of their projects in Victoria, and unfortunately over the last couple of days they went into liquidation. It's a very, very sad story where over 400 plus staff have been let go, and something ludicrous along the lines of 2,000 homes that they were building have completely stopped. In a circumstance like this, to be honest, it's really hard to predict. If you were out there and saying, I'm going to build a home, you'd be hard pressed not to feel secure with a major builder. But we've recently seen last year Metricon and now Porter Davis. The construction industry has gone through utter turmoil with rates rising, customers pulling out, different states and taxes potentially coming in, and obviously material price changes. These have made their fixed price contracts a little bit worthless, and in some instances on scale, which is what happened to Porter Davis, unprofitable to continue. Now obviously it's really hard to predict this, but in today's video we're going to give you our 5 tips to do your best and manage the construction builder to success. Number 1, if you're out there looking for a builder, the most important thing to do is to ask for an existing client that's currently building. This will be the most tried and true process to understanding how the builder as at today is going. When you see that other client, you can ask them things like, how was the process? How is the process going? Is it taking longer than you expected? Is the builder hard to catch? Have the trades been good? Are you up to date with what's happening? Do you get notices on time? Do you get invoices on time? There's a million questions you can ask someone who's going through it right now, because they are currently in the pain of building, and the best advice you can get is from someone who's going through a very similar situation to you now. We believe this is something that's not done enough from people, because if you are going out there and you're buying anything else, a car, you're booking a holiday, you're going somewhere big, or you're doing anything large, generally you will ask people who are doing the same thing. How was that car? How was that city? How was X, Y, and Z? But you might feel uncomfortable doing it. But if you're getting a builder and you might be forking out your hard-earned cash, ask for an existing client. Number 2 might seem really quirky, but as the industry and construction industry tightens, so do the banks. And we've seen recently some banks ask for a financial solvency declaration. That is where a bank will request a builder's accountant to certify that they are solvent as at today and that they're meeting their obligations. Now it might seem ludicrous to ask, and a lot of builders might push back. You might even have accountants push back and say, I'm not signing off on anything like this, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Any kind of commitment you can get that the builder is financially stable will go a long way. Now, it doesn't solve what could happen in the future, but all we're trying to do right now is give you an army of questions to get comfort on. Number 3, there's a lot of insurance that goes around with getting builders. You'll get builder's warranty insurance when you're constructing, but ultimately some of these things do not protect you at all. When a builder goes into liquidation, unfortunately, you form a part of their large pool of creditors, which is people they owe money to or jobs to, and it's a war zone to get your money, especially when they're bigger builders and you don't know where you sit. Understanding what insurance could be out there to help protect against this is really, really critical. Number 4, builders' contracts are generally quite strict. There's usually a standard bill price and a bill contract out there for you, whether it be a fixed price contract, cost plus contract, simple works contract, whatever it is, the contract is generally standardized by the associations that builders work under. But if you're working with smaller builders, I would always suggest getting a solicitor to review the contract and stepping you through the waterfall effect of what might happen. What if there's delay? What if there's cost overruns? When can the builder pull out? What happens in bankruptcy? All these scenarios is important for you to understand so you can be best educated in the worst case scenario. And I'm going to be honest here, it's really hard to predict what's going to happen. It's really hard to protect yourself from builder collapse. We've seen the biggest builders in Australia go down. All we're doing is increasing your probability of at least knowing what will happen. Number 5, monitor the build like a hawk. You can tell a lot from a builder by the way they run their operations. Are trades turning up on time? Is there constant work? Are there constant delays? Watching how your build progresses, visiting it almost daily, as frustrating as that might be, to ensure that you know what is happening next. Most builders should give you a timeline, even down to the dates of when they think things will happen. Now, obviously, it's very hard to predict. There could be problems with the build, there could be problems with trades, but having a timeline and keeping things accountable is really, really critical. So those are our 5 tips for trying to manage and understand who's the best builder to go with, albeit it's hard to protect yourself. The final tip I will suggest for anyone out there is that when a build stops mid-build, there are lenders out there that are happy to jump in and help cash out some money or provide some guidance on what would work next. And this is where a qualified mortgage broker is really important to help you understand, negotiate with the bank if you need more funds to complete a build because your fixed price contract would have lapsed. We hope this doesn't happen to anyone. We hope everyone out there that has a Porter Davis contract, or even the subcontractors and staff, this all gets turned around. But in the unlikely event, if you're looking to construct right now, make sure you know what you're getting into. Make sure you have a war chest of cash, because it is a very, very uncertain time right now. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.